Hey guys, welcome back to Aprils Aquarium. My name's Jacob, and today we're going to be going over some of the types of aquascaping rocks that we have. So this type of stone here is called dragonstone. It is a completely inert type of rock, so it's great for things like Caridina shrimp tanks that you can't have any KH in, or really sensitive fish that you don't want the water parameters changing at all. They come from clay deposits, which does make them quite dusty, so you want to be sure to wash them very, very well before you put them in your aquarium. The next type of stones I'm going to talk about are actually the same kind of stone, which is really neat. This is regular cereus stone and black cereus stone. The black cereus stone is actually just an acid-washed version of the regular, which gives it that little bit darker color, and ends up looking a little bit more blue underwater, which is really neat. Cereus will increase the pH, GH, and KH of your tank slightly. I find they usually increase the pH to about 7.5, 7.6, so it's a really great option to naturally increase the pH, GH, and KH for something like shrimp or guppies. Here's an example of some regular cereus stone in an aquarium. It does go a slightly darker color than it is outside the tank, as well as great for building up mountains or piles of rock. And then you can tuck Anubias or Bucephalandra or Java Fern in those cracks to create a really easy effect of a large rock. So the next stone we'll look at is called black lava rock. This, as you could guess, is a dried version of lava. Because of that, it's very, very porous and therefore very light as well, which is a great option for tanks that you may need a lot of hardscape in and are concerned about the weight. It is a completely inert stone, so it won't change your water parameters at all, so another great option for shrimp tanks or sensitive fish tanks. In the tank itself, some pieces are going to look a little bit more red, some a little more black, kind of depending on where it cooled. This one is another great option for attaching things like Anubias and Java Fern to. Because of how porous it is, they can grab onto it very, very easily. The next one is red Melaleuca Stone. This one here is one of my personal favorites. You get a lot of texture with these grooves and cracks, as well as from certain angles you get really nice layers. This one's really great for building like valleys or mountainscapes. This will increase your pH, GH, and KH of your tank slightly, but nothing too aggressive, so another great option for shrimp and guppy tanks. The petrified wood is another really cool type of stone. It's really neat to think that at one point, this piece of rock was a tree. This is another completely inert stone, so it's not going to change your water parameters at all, which is awesome. Many times they come in flat, kind of segmented pieces, but then occasionally you'll get larger chunks that are a little more sporadic, like this one here. You can get some really interesting textures, kind of depending how it was broken and which parts were exposed to the dirt before it was pulled out of the ground. The final stone we're going to take a look at is the elephant skin stone. Just by looking at it, you can take a guess as to why it's called elephant skin. With all those bumps and ridges and cracks, it does look like the skin of an elephant. This kind of stone will increase your pH, GH, and KH a little bit, so another great option for the shrimp tanks or guppy tanks or anything that needs a little bit more minerals in the water. This is another one that comes in segmented pieces very often, so it's really, really easy to build up larger, more tiered aquascapes. So that concludes the run over of some of the aquascaping stones that we carry. We hope you learned something. Thank you for watching April's Aquarium, and don't forget to subscribe!